Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Evie to Quesadat. This is Evie, and I couldn't come on live yesterday, but I'm here and I'm trying to figure out what to do with this page that I wanted to play on that I had not the chance to do it this weekend. But I did want to come on and share the card that I created for yesterday. But this part was gluing, and then I got into doing other things, and I couldn't quite work on it. So, ¿qué pasó? ¿Necesitas el internet? Ah, pues, I'm live. Mira, a ver si Sofía quiere. Sorry, my son. So this is the card that I created yesterday, and I actually wanted to focus on the bees on it and connecting to the appreciation that we should have for what they do. I know we're all like, well, not all, but most of us are afraid of them. Like, I tend to respect them. I don't hit them or scare them away because I don't want them to react and I don't want to hurt them. But yeah, we're all afraid of being stung. But do share some love for, especially here, because we had the hurricane and we lost a lot of our bees. So there's a big campaign on trying to get them back to the amount that we had before and making people conscious of what the bees do for us. So I thought I'd dedicate this little card to sharing some love for the bees. And what I used on it was a die cut heart that Marla had sent me with her entry. And then this is from Damaris. She shared a whole bunch of die cuts. So this is all glittery. So sparkly gold. I don't know if you can you see it there? And then this I had on my desk. So I just painted them and layered them up. So this is a flower. And then there's like two little sun. The lighting is horrible. Wait, let me see if this is better. Yeah. So it has two layers of those little sunbursts that I've just painted in the purple and then the pink again to kind of go with the colors on the card. And yeah, and then there's a beautiful butterfly on the back. So it's a really pretty card and just a reminder of the beauty of nature and what all these beautiful animals do for us on a daily basis by not only providing us with the honey that we can use for so many things, but by spreading that pollen and helping with nature. So I've been like trying to do this for the past like 3 hours. I had no interruptions, but as soon as I started videoing, people are coming into my studio every 2 seconds. So I think I'm gonna stop right here and wait for everyone to go to bed and do their own thing. So I might come on live and play with this. I want to try these glitter inks that Marla had sent me a while back, and they're shimmery, but I have no clue how they're gonna react or how they're gonna work. So I want to bring a little cardstock paper to try them on, and I'm gonna be playing on the image of a tree that I had mentioned the other day. So I've painted the background already. Let me see if I can push this up a little bit. Can you see it there? So this is all acrylics, and I'm going to play with this ink on top of that. So it's an experiment. It's just on my visual journal. So whatever comes out, comes out. And in the process, I get to play and try it out and see what happens. And hopefully get to do the tree that I want to do. If it comes out like I'm visualizing it, then I'll be adding some little blingies to it. So I have a whole bunch of like nail art and little beads here. And I have the little studs. Well, they're also nail art, but they look like little gunmetal studs that I used on another hard page that I'm going to be sharing tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to have to stop the video now. So thank you so much for being here with me. And I'll try to come on later on when there's less traffic and less need of me because I don't know, as soon as I started my live, they're asking for food and they have questions and they need mommy time. So I'll be back later on. Besitos to all of you. Thank you for being here. I hope you like the little card and share some love with the beautiful bees that do so much for us and provide so much for us. And yeah, just respect their space and don't invade their space, and they won't invade yours, hopefully, right? Because I've been stung by just stepping on one that was actually not even live, but that was my fault, not hers. And the other only time that I was stung was because I walked into like what do you call it? I don't know how you call them. I know the name in Spanish, but they were like hanging plants, and I was walking into an old space, and I walked right through the plants, and apparently there was a beehive there, and I got stung on my forehead. But again, I walked into their space, and obviously they were defending it. So yeah, I don't think that if the animals feel threatened, they won't attack us. So we should think about that when we're like walking around. And just say, just a little reflection here. I was there's a group of chickens and roosters where we do the recess at school. Hi. Yeah, right? As soon as you start filming, I mean, I've been walking around the house for like the past 2 hours, and no one was coming into my studio. As soon as I closed that door and I hit the live, they started coming in every 2 seconds. But no, well, I was just thinking that yesterday, it wasn't today, it was yesterday. I was sitting at the park watching the kids. And can you give me 2 seconds? 2 seconds. I was sitting at the park watching the kids, and there was a couple of roosters and chickens that were walking around. They used to live like on on a farm little area that they had done like a, what do you call it? Oh, like a garden shed, but we lost it with the hurricane. So since then, they've moved over to the school premises. Like they've been walking around and roaming around. Um, and where the school is built now, it used to be farmland. So there's farms like around where we are. And so they were walking around the field because they usually do that in the morning. And when the kids come, they just keep walking around. And the kids started like running around. And I'm like, you don't want them to turn and like peck you because it's gonna hurt. And that's one thing. And the other is, would you like for a huge animal to be following you around and running you around when you were like trying to like just chill? And they're all like looking at me like, but they're chickens, you know? And I'm like, well, they're I mean, they're living animals, and you are attacking them. You're making. So why are you doing that? There's plenty of things to do. There's plenty of space for you guys to run around. Don't run. Don't make them run like crazy to be like hiding from you guys. Can't you just like share the space? And they were like, Miss Evie, you're like, okay, I kind of get it. And then after that, they were pulling on a tree, and I'm like, why are you pulling on a tree? Would you like someone to be hanging from your arm and pulling you? It's a live tree. How would you feel if they were pulling on you? And they're like, oh, here she goes again. And they're like, okay, I think we're just going to move on. And I'm like, oh, gosh. Maybe I just should breathe and watch them. But yeah, that's kind of like all of the stuff that was going in through my mind as I was creating this little love heart for the bees. So I just leave you with that, and I'll try to come on later on and play on that page and see how this inks react, and if what I'm kind of visualizing with the like the metallic and shimmery effect will work. But it's an experiment, so I hope you can join me for that later on, maybe in an hour and a half or so, when everyone's like settled, hopefully. Okay, so besitos, and thank you for being here. Thank you, Jean, for being here with me. And thank you for liking my card. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'll be back. Take care. And this is the back of the little card. It even matches like the page that I'm working on. So I thought I'd use that as a background. See you soon.